What's up everyone, welcome back to my kitchen for another recipe video. I'm Derek from Simnett Nutrition and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these, a tofu breakfast sandwich. These are so amazing and some may even call them a tofu McMuffin. So the inspiration for this came from a place called DC Vegetarian in Portland. You'll remember a couple weeks back, Crystal and I were on a road trip and I went there for breakfast and was just blown away by how good their breakfast McMuffins were. So right away, I started deconstructing it in my head and I was like, how can I duplicate this at home? Maybe make it a little bit healthier, and this is what I have come up with. So this is the tofu I'm going to be using for this today. I really like to use medium tofu for this because I find it mimics the texture of eggs a little bit better, and it takes on flavors really well too because it is a bit more spongy than firm tofu. So even though we are going to be adding some sauce to this, you do want to dry the tofu first because you want to get rid of as much moisture as you can so that it'll then suck up the marinade that we're going to be putting on it. So this is one way that I like to kind of dry it. Just put a nice clean towel over it and squish it a little bit. What the heck? So now that the tofu is nice and dry, we're going to want to cut it into a round shape. I mean, you could use it as like a rectangle if you want, but part of the beauty of this is that it's round. So to make these nice and round, I don't have a cookie cutter, but I do have a wide mouth mason jar. So I'm actually just gonna use this as a template and cut around here. All right, so not bad, not perfect, but not bad. If you want as well, I tried this before and you can actually just like mash the mason jar down onto it. Oh, and that'll cut it out as well. However, it gets stuck in here and then sometimes it's kind of hard to get out. There we go. Yeah, not bad. Alright, so now that we have these cut out, we have to add some flavor to them, obviously. This is pretty bland. So we have to make a marinade, and that's what we're going to be doing next. So we're going to start with a half teaspoon of turmeric. You could use less or more of this if you want. We're really just using it for the color, although turmeric does have some amazing health benefits. Today it's mostly for the color. And then we're going to be adding a half a teaspoon or so of garlic powder. Of course, these are just rough measurements. You guys don't have to use this exact amount, but I did pre-try this recipe out and definitely worked out really well with these amounts. So this one here is onion powder. I'm going to use slightly more onion powder, so this is like 2/3 of a teaspoon of onion powder. And we're going to add just a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I just like the flavor that this gives it. You don't have to add it, but it's kind of nice having like a little smoky, bacony flavor in there. 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast. So next I'm going to be adding some maple syrup. I just like to add a little bit of this for 2 reasons. One, because they definitely added it in that recipe at DC Vegetarian, but another one is because the nutritional yeast and the turmeric that I put in here are both a little bit bitter, so this helps to balance that out. So 1 to 2 teaspoons should be enough. And we're obviously using 2. I'm going to throw a half a teaspoon of salt in here. Of course, this is optional. If you don't want to add any, you don't have to, but it definitely helps to bring this recipe to life. I'm going to put a pinch of pepper in there as well, just black pepper. And then I'm going to add a few tablespoons of water to kind of get everything going here. So I like to add 3 tablespoons, 2 or 3, should be about perfect. And then mix it up. Alright, so there it is. It's always a good idea to taste your sauces just to make sure that you're on the right track before you go and like put it on your food. So let's taste it. Ooh, wow, it's good. It's really good. Definitely not as good on its own as it is with the finished product, but yeah, it's really nice. So next you're gonna wanna find a container that's close to the same size as these little tofu rounds that we're trying to marinate. So a container about this size is just about perfect for this. You can use like a Ziploc bag or something as well, but if you do go that method, definitely reuse that bag because you can use those Ziploc bags like 20 or 30 times. Just rinse it out, dry it, no problems. So I tried this recipe a few times now and I found it's best if you can marinate this overnight. And so put it in the fridge and flip them over like once or twice throughout that. And yeah, they really, really soak up a lot of those flavors. However, if you're pressed for time and you just want to have this now, there is a little trick that you can do to kind of get some of that flavor into the tofu. So what I found is you can actually like press down on the tofu to help it soak up some of those flavors. It kind of acts like a sponge. So I've actually been marinating this one overnight and it's ready to go now. Okay, so next we have to cook these up. So I'm just gonna be putting them in this frying pan here, and one little technique that I like to do is put a couple drops of water down first and then put these right on top. So it helps to prevent them from sticking. But if you want to use like a non-stick pan, or if you're cool with using oil or whatever to cook with, then do it that way. And then I'm actually gonna add some of this smoked tempeh, kind of in the place of bacon. They had some sort of like mock meat sausage round on it, which was so good. However, I'm trying to like improve the health factor of this at least a little bit. So I'm gonna use some smoked tempeh. Don't forget to flip these. Hopefully they didn't burn.
Bruh.
What the heck happened there? What is going on? All right, cook those for a few more minutes. So this smoked tempeh is actually from a local company near us called Green Cuisine. So this is made on Vancouver Island. I think it's pretty neat. All right, so these guys are done. Bring them over here. Little Cajun, but they'll be good. Such a small frying pan. So we've actually got some Daiya cheese here I'm gonna add on top. This is obviously optional, but it's going on these ones. All right, so I'm just gonna fire these back in the toaster oven for a couple minutes. Ouch, man, I need to get oven mitts. Okay. All right, so next we just have to put it all together. So first I'm gonna put the tempeh on there, and then next I'll hit it with some tomato. And I'm just gonna hit these two dry sides here with a little bit of ketchup. Oh yeah. Try and get some lettuce on there. Gotta have your greens. Definitely needs some hot sauce. What the heck? Holy, look at that. All right, time for the best part of the video, in my opinion at least, the taste test. Man, if it tastes half as good as it looks, I know it's gonna be amazing. Well, actually, I know it's gonna be amazing. I've made this a few times already. Wow. Yeah, so it's really, really good. Lots of flavors. Not exactly like the one from DC Vegetarian, not quite as indulgent, but man, it is so, so good. But I always like my cooking, so we better call in quality control. Crystal!
Quality control? Oh my goodness. Looks very good.
Yeah.
Smells very delicious.
So, I made one for you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Very excited.
Let's get you in the frame here.
Oh my god, it's so big. It's very good. All right. Yeah, it is actually very similar to the one that we had.
That was like kind of oily.
You did a good job. Super delicious. A little bit of a soy on soy sandwich.
It's not nearly as weird if you think about like egg, bacon, and cheese.
3 animals.
Yeah, yeah. And you could actually use this little marinade for a tofu scramble if you want as well. It's really close to my tofu scramble recipe.
Very good. I'm very impressed. It's
out of
delicious. 10? Compared to the DC Vegetarian.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
General.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. If we make that the benchmark, that would be like a 10.
I'd say probably like a 9, 9.5.
Hey, what? Are you serious? I'll take that.
I think it's really close.
Thanks for testing my food.
I'm gonna bring my sandwich with me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so we're gonna go eat these. I think that's probably it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you make this and what you thought of it, and definitely tag me on Instagram because I love seeing your creations and the way that you guys make the meals that I make on this channel. All right, I will see you guys with another video very soon. Definitely hit the like video. Thank you for watching. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Leave a like. I'll see you guys soon.